Hello, my name is Sarah, and I'm 58 years old. I want to share a story about my daughter-in-law, who really dislikes me. Many might think I've been mean to her, but that's not true. You need to hear my whole story to understand why she feels this way. I have one son who just turned 36 last month. He is the light of my life and has always been a good son. His father died when he was very young. I remember being at home with 3-year-old Harry when the police came to my door. They told me that my husband had been in an accident and didn't survive. I was devastated. As a stay-at-home mom, I had no income and almost no money. We were young and didn't have life insurance. My husband had a good job and wanted to take care of me, so we decided I would stay home with Harry. No one prepared me for what happened. I was a mess and I had to take care of my little boy. The little money I had went to medical bills. I had to beg my husband's family for money for his funeral. My own family had disowned me when I married, so I couldn't ask them for help. His extended family gave me some money for the funeral but nothing more. They said we weren't their problem, even though Harry was their blood. Even though I was heartbroken, I didn't have time to grieve. I had to earn money to feed my child and keep a roof over our heads. We moved into a small apartment. My neighbors Kimmy and her husband Jack helped me move and even babysat Harry while I worked 2 minimum wage jobs to get by. I will always be grateful for their help. Things got better when I found a new job with good paid medical insurance. I could afford therapy for myself and Harry without working extra jobs. I moved Harry to a better school and didn't need to rely on Cammy for babysitting anymore. I always tried to repay them for their kindness. When I got a better job, I offered to pay Cammy, but she always said, "Sarah, you're like a sister to us. We can't accept your money. Harry is almost like our nephew. You guys are family." I insisted, "You did so much for me. Please let me repay you. I feel terrible for taking advantage of you." She would reply, "Relax, Sarah. You're not taking advantage of us. We're happy to help. You are family." I finally said, "At least let me look after your dogs when you're away. Once your daughter is born, I'll be your primary babysitter. Please give me this chance to pay you back." After their daughter Shiloh was born, I was happy to babysit her whenever they needed me. Sheila and Harry grew up together and became best friends. As they got older, it was clear they had feelings for each other. By the time they graduated from college, they were in a solid relationship. I stayed friends with Cammy and Jack, but there was a problem. Shiloh didn't like me at all. I don't know why, but she was often mean to me. Shiloh complained about my house rules, saying I was too controlling with Harry. I just had basic rules like not wasting food and cleaning up after yourself. She also didn't like how much I donated to women's shelters. Sheila thought I should spend that money on fancy gifts for Harry instead. She believed people should live luxuriously and looked down on those who didn't. Shiloh once said, "You can barely feed yourself and Harry. Why do you bother donating money? You could have bought Harry a new phone. Even my gadgets are better than his. It's a shame he has to settle for cheap things." I replied, "Harry already has a good phone. I donate because I know how hard it can be for women in crisis. It's just a small amount, but it makes a big difference to the shelter. They need it more than we do." I did spend money on Harry when I could, but sometimes he had to make sacrifices. He never complained because he understood not everyone has it easy. I taught him to appreciate what we have. Cammy and Jack tried to change Shiloh's behavior, but it didn't work. She kept criticizing my parenting and financial situation whenever she visited. It hurt, but I didn't want to cause trouble between her and Harry. Shiloh would say mean things when Harry wasn't around. Harry proposed to Shiloh right after college. He had a good job, so money wasn't an issue for him. I was happy for him but unsure if Shiloh was the right one. She said yes, and they started planning the wedding. Sheila kept shaming me for not contributing money. I had a decent job, but my savings weren't enough for a big wedding. Kimmy and Jack were helping pay for the wedding, and Shayla kept comparing us. She said, "Wouldn't it be nice if both our parents contributed? Harry can pay for it, but he's already spending so much. Thank God my parents are helping. We have to settle for a backyard wedding if it depended on you." I replied, "I'm sorry, Shayla. I tried to save up, but I can't afford it. Maybe we can negotiate for a smaller cake." She snapped back, "Let it be Ava. I don't want my wedding to be a joke. My friends already say Harry is unlucky to have a poor mother like you. Save that money for retirement. Harry has a new family now." I suggested a smaller cake won't be a big problem. Many people do it to save money. I know Harry can pay for a big cake, but it would save money if I covered a smaller one. Shiloh retorted, "My friends and I have class, Ava. I can't have a cheap wedding." Harry promised me the wedding of my dreams. I'm not changing it because you can't pay. At least Harry knows how to keep his standards high. No matter what I suggested, Shyla was unimpressed. She expected me to pay for a third of her luxury wedding. I didn't think spending so much on a wedding was wise, given my financial troubles. To help, I sold my old engagement ring and gave the money to Harry. Harry, this is your wedding gift. I want you to use it as a down payment for the house you're looking at. I know it's not much, but it's all I can give. Mom, you don't have to. I feel guilty about accepting it. Please, Harry, I want you to have this. Nothing would make me happier than knowing you used this money for your dream house. Harry accepted the gift and bought the house. Shyla, who was jobless, decided to be a stay-at-home wife since Harry made enough money for both of them. It was her dream come true. However, Harry kept the house in his name, and Shyla didn't know I contributed to the down payment. She often boasted to her friends about how wonderful Harry was, but her happiness didn't last long. I had a bad accident on my way home from work and needed a long recovery. Harry covered my extra hospital bills and insisted I leave my job. I didn't want to depend on him, but I had no choice. Harry then asked me to move into his home so he could take better care of me. Harry, I don't want to be a burden. You have enough on your mind with the wedding. Sheila might have a hard time adjusting to me being there. I don't want to intrude. Mom, the house is big enough for all of us. I'm sure Shyla will understand. Kami and Jack also stay with us from time to time. You are no different. You've sacrificed so much for me. Now, it's my turn to look after you. But you need to discuss this with Shyla. I won't live with you if she refuses. I can understand if she doesn't want to take care of me. I'll talk to her. She won't have to look after you. I'll hire a good caregiver so you can rest easy. Harry pleaded with me, and eventually I agreed to stay with them. Ava told me she was happy I was coming to stay, but when Harry wasn't around, she showed her true feelings. She was furious and told me she would kick me out after a few days, just trying to save face in front of my son. One evening, while Harry was working late, Shyla invited her friends over for a party. They were loud, and I could hear them from my bedroom. Sheila made sure they were within earshot and said things like, "I'm glad you guys like the house. It's exactly what I dreamed of." Harry is paying for the wedding and the house. If only his horrible mother had planned better for him. Her friend responded, "It's sad Harry had such a bad parent. His mom is practically a peasant. I don't know why Harry thinks so highly of her. She's so poor she couldn't even help with the wedding." She suggested a smaller cake as if her peasant money would even get a Costco cake. "Why is she living with you? Doesn't she have her own life?" Shyla replied, "She quit her job to live on Harry's money. She keeps mentioning how the accident damaged her body, and now Harry is paying for her expenses. Imagine that. But it's only for a short time. Once the wedding is over, I'll make up some lies and kick her out. I have the perfect plan." Hearing this was like a stab in the chest. Sheila had not only destroyed my dignity but also made me the butt of her jokes. I was silently sobbing in my room when I decided my son needed to know the truth. I recorded their conversation since they were so loud. When Harry got home from work, Shyla was back to her sweet self, trying to impress him. After dinner, I called Harry to my room and showed him the recording. He was furious. He immediately called Shyla over and played the recording. "Shyla, what the hell is this? You need to apologize to my mother. I can't believe your audacity. How can you be such a vile person? Ava, listen to me, please. I didn't mean it." "Don't worry, Shyla. You don't have to apologize. Harry, I just showed you the recording so she can't say I'm lying about her behavior. I will be moving out next month for my peace of mind. I just want to be alone for some time," I told Harry. He was furious but told me to take the time I needed. Later that night, Harry called over Cammy and Jack. He showed them the recording in front of Shyla, me, and them. He made Shyla confess to everything. Cammy and Jack were appalled and embarrassed. The conversation went like this. "Shyla, what is this I'm hearing? Is this how we raised you? You know how much Ava struggled to raise Harry. She even took care of you and considered you her daughter. Is this what you think of her? I'm ashamed to ever think you are my daughter." "Please don't say that, Cammy. It's not your fault. She is a grown woman and can form her own ideas. You better apologize to Ava for what you said, Shyla. She may not forgive you, but it's the least you can do." "Ava, I'd also apologize on her behalf. I don't know where we went wrong with her." "No, Jack, you don't need to apologize. You both have done nothing wrong. I know I have become a burden to Harry." "Mom, don't say that. It was my decision to take care of you." Shyla, you should be ashamed of yourself. I can't even look at you right now. You're jobless, yet you speak this way about my mom? I'm so sorry, Harry. I was being stupid. I didn't mean those things. Ava, please forgive me. This will never happen again. No, an apology is not enough. I'm canceling the wedding for good. You need to move out and get a job. Do you really think I can marry you after this? No, 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 Harry, please don't do this. I beg you. Shyla, I think this is best for you. You need to get a job and learn what it's like to support yourself. We've coddled you for too long. It's time you learned how hard it is to be financially independent. Harry, you know I've never worked before. How will I find a good job? I might have to work at Walmart or restaurants. No one else will hire me. Good, that's how you learn the importance of money. My mother worked those jobs to support me. If she can do it, so can you. Perhaps this will teach you to be empathetic towards others. This is the only way for you, Shyla. Your father and I won't be supporting you anymore. We're canceling all your memberships as well. And don't think you can stay in this house. My mother sold her engagement ring to give me the down payment money. If anyone has the right to live here, it's her. I won't make her feel unwelcome. You'll be moving out immediately. Shyla kept sobbing and begging everyone to listen to her. She apologized to me over and over again, but the damage was done. Harry was adamant about canceling the wedding and ending the relationship. Sheila moved out the next day into her parents' house. However, Shyla harassed Harry every day with constant phone calls. It got so bad that he had to block her. Even then, she started calling him from her friends' numbers. One day, Shyla came over to the house and cried, saying, Harry, I really need you right now. My parents are threatening to throw me out if I don't get a job. They refuse to pay for my phone bill. Please take me back, Harry. You deserve every bit of this treatment. All these years, I thought you were a nice person, but you were cruel. Don't say that, Harry. I love you so much. Do you know what I'm going through? My friends don't want to hang out with me because I have no money. I can't get a good job because I have no experience. My poor mother managed just fine. She fed 2 people on minimum wage jobs. You only have yourself to take care of. You are not special. That woman is the reason I'm in this situation. Ava, why are you such a leech? I should have kicked you out when I had the chance. Wow. You just don't learn, do you? Thank God I told my son the truth. Otherwise, he would be stuck with someone like you. I've had enough of you, Shyla. You need to leave immediately. Don't even think about stepping foot in this house again. I will call the police next time you show up. Sheila was slowly becoming hysterical before my son threatened to call the police again. She left looking defeated but not before throwing me some disgusting looks. I decided to call Cammy and Jack to tell them about what happened, warning them that we might have to call the police on their daughter. When Cammy heard what happened, she thanked me for telling them. She cut the call, and I didn't hear from her for a month. Harry was extremely heartbroken and spent his time either in the office or taking care of me. He also said that he was glad he saw Shyla's true face before marrying her. A month later, I finally heard back from Cammy. I hadn't contacted her because I thought she was mad at me. When she finally called, she said, Ava, I'm sorry for being out of touch this past month. So much has happened, and everyone got overwhelmed. I wanted to give you space so you could decide if you still wanted to keep in contact. You're talking about Cammy? All this time, I thought you were mad at me. We were like sisters, remember? I would never cut you off. Besides, it wasn't even your fault. I could never be mad at you, Ava. It was because of my stupid daughter that this happened. I can't believe I raised such a vile human. You tried your best. Unfortunately, she had such bad friends. She can easily change her thinking, but she just won't. Well, I think it's time she learns. We have kicked her out. She had a month to find a place and move. It's about time we start teaching her about the real world. She's working at McDonald's but hates it. We do talk, but neither Jack nor I send her any money. I think she's staying with 3 other girls in a cheap apartment. Her friends dropped her the moment she didn't have any money to spare. Has Shyla's attitude improved even a little? Unfortunately, no. She still cries about Harry and blames you for ruining her life. We tell her it's all her fault. Sheila still thinks she's too good to work. I guess her delusion isn't cooperating with her right now. We will try our best to set her straight. We have even offered to pay for therapy. If she doesn't improve, we might go low contact. We talked for hours and made things good between ourselves. She was sad she couldn't have Harry as her son-in-law, but understood that it was for the best. Both Cammy and Jack have said they will always consider Harry as one of their own. I'm glad we can maintain a relationship despite everything. A few months later, Harry and I had to put a restraining order against Shyla. She showed up at the house and thrashed my car, which was in the driveway. She also attacked the door when I told her I was calling the police. The security cameras caught everything. The police got there and told her to leave. Both Harry and I decided to file for restraining orders. I decided against pressing charges because it wasn't worth it anymore. Harry decided to buy me a new car so that I wouldn't have to worry about transportation. I'm still living with my son. Cammy and Jack also keep visiting from time to time. Every time we talk about what happened with Shyla, they are still mortified by her behavior. They rarely contact her or answer her calls anymore. Sometimes I feel bad for them. They were good parents and deserved more. All in all, I'm glad it was a tough lesson for Shyla. I also realize how much my son loves me. Harry is currently dating a woman who I think is just perfect for him. It's still early to tell, but I hope she becomes my daughter-in-law.